You're sitting on the couch, your cat is across the room, you call their name. Nothing, not even an ear twitch. But 5 minutes later, you open a can of food from 3 rooms away, and suddenly they appear like a furry teleportation device. So here's the question nobody really answers clearly. How do cats see humans? Do cats think we are cats? Do they see us as parents? Roommates? Staff? Large, emotionally unstable food dispensers? And here's the part that makes people slightly uncomfortable. What if your cat doesn't see you the way you think they do? Welcome to FurEver. Today we're breaking down how cats actually see humans using real cat behavior science, not internet myths. And stick with us, because near the end, we'll talk about one subtle behavior that quietly proves your cat may be more attached to you than you realize. But first, let's start with that moment on the couch. 1. Cats don't prioritize faces the way we do. Here's the first shift. Humans are visual creatures. We recognize faces instantly. We read expressions, smiles, and eye contact almost without thinking. It's how we navigate social spaces. Cats, not so much. Research shows that cats rely far more on scent, sound, and habitual patterns than on facial recognition. Which means when you're standing across the room waving like you're trying to land a plane, your cat might genuinely not notice, or at least not in the way you expect. They're not ignoring you out of malice. They're simply processing a different kind of data. Think about it. If you walk into a room wearing a hat, a new shirt, or carrying a bag, your dog might hesitate for a second. Your cat, on the other hand, is far more interested in how you move, the rhythm of your steps, your scent trail. You are less a face and more a multi-sensory signature. And that's where it gets interesting, because if faces aren't the priority, what are they locking onto? 2. You are a predictable pattern. Cats are pattern analysts with whiskers. Their minds are finely tuned to the rhythms of your life. They track the little details. When you wake up, how you walk across the room, the clink of your keys on the counter, the exact time dinner usually appears. These are not trivial notes. They are the building blocks of their mental map, the blueprint of their daily world. When people ask, do cats think we're cats? They're asking the wrong question. Cats don't categorize you by species the way humans do. Instead, they categorize you by behavior, by predictability, by the consistent ways you interact with the space around you. To a cat, you are a moving landmark, a stable and familiar presence embedded in their territory. Here's the part most people miss. When you suddenly break routine, get up at a different time, take a new route through the house, or rearrange furniture, your cat notices immediately. Not out of judgment, but because the patterns they rely on have shifted. Their environment has subtly changed, and they need to recalibrate. This need for stability goes beyond mere routine. It lays the groundwork for attachment, a quiet, steady bond built on predictability, presence, and trust. 3. Yes, cats form real attachments. There's a persistent myth that cats are aloof and indifferent, that they don't form deep connections with humans. And yes, cats are fiercely independent when it comes to survival skills. They can hunt, navigate, and solve problems on their own. But emotionally, the story is quite different. Studies on cat attachment show that many cats form secure, consistent bonds with their owners. In structured behavioral tests, cats often use their humans as a secure base, similar to how young children rely on a trusted caregiver. They explore more confidently when their person is nearby and return periodically to check in. Think about that for a second. Your simple presence can regulate their stress. You are not just furniture in the room. You are a source of calm, a stabilizer in their environment. That is not indifference. That is emotional influence, quiet, powerful, and often invisible. Here's where it gets subtle. Secure attachment in cats rarely looks like the dog-style, face-licking, following you around type of devotion. Sometimes it looks like ignoring you, sitting across the room, wandering off. This can confuse people who equate attachment with constant attention. But for cats, the bond is measured in confidence and security, not in proximity or dramatics. 4. Ignoring you can be a sign of security. You walk into the room, your cat glances at you, then goes back to grooming. No dramatic greeting, no parade, no confetti. And you think, cool. I live with a tiny, judgmental landlord. But here's another possibility. That calm, almost indifferent response is not indifference at all. If your cat feels safe, they don't need to react intensely every time you appear. Secure animals, whether human or feline, conserve energy. They don't over-respond to predictable stimuli. They don't jump, hiss, or demand attention every time the door opens, because nothing in the environment threatens them. In other words, your cat doesn't panic or demand constant acknowledgement when you move around the house because you are already integrated into their mental landscape. You are expected, you are normal, you are a reliable part of the day-to-day pattern. And here's the shift that many people miss. That quiet glance across the room? That might actually be trust. It's subtle, easy to overlook, but it's profound. They are checking in, updating their internal map, and confirming the environment is safe, all without fuss. And there's another layer beneath that behavior, one that touches both biology and psychology, which makes their calmness even more fascinating. 5. Cats read your emotional weather. Cats are extremely sensitive to tone, posture, and subtle shifts in movement. You might think they're ignoring you when you're stressed, speaking sharply, or moving erratically. They're not ignoring. You are broadcasting signals, and they are reading them. If you move faster, speak louder, or tense up, your cat notices immediately. Some cats respond by coming closer, seeking reassurance, and checking that everything is still stable. Others retreat slightly, giving both themselves and you space to reset. Some settle nearby, quietly observing like small, furry supervisors. None of it is judgment. None of it is moral evaluation. It's information gathering. Your cat is monitoring your nervous system, not your thoughts. They don't need to think, that is my human parent. They only need to register, this being affects my safety level. This is why a calm posture, a steady voice, and predictable movements can have such a profound effect. They are literally regulating your cat's sense of safety without a word. And here is where the relationship shifts from identity to function. It becomes less about who you are and more about the stability you provide. This subtle, dynamic interaction explains one of the most misunderstood feline behaviors of all, the quiet, vigilant check-in. So how do cats see humans? Not as fellow cats, not as servants, and not as mysterious food wizards, even if it sometimes feels that way. Instead, they see you as a predictable, regulating presence inside their environment, a steady reference point in the landscape of their world. You are part of the invisible scaffolding that makes their territory feel safe, organized, and coherent. That quiet glance across the room when you move, the slow blink you catch from the corner of your eye, the casual head bump that barely grazes your hand. These aren't random gestures or aloof behaviors. They are subtle acknowledgments. You are included. You are integrated. Your presence matters in a concrete neurological way. Your movement patterns, your routines, even your breathing all contribute to the stability of their mapped world. And once you understand it this way, the relationship shifts. It's no longer about affection as we think of it, or performance or servitude. It's about mutual recognition within a shared space, a form of quiet companionship that's consistent, reliable, and deeply meaningful, even if it's understated. All right, I need to go now and retrieve my hoodie from someone who has clearly claimed it through advanced scent law. See ya. FurEver.